need to find a secret place to rest. The Pale Orc is not yet defeated, but he may recover quickly. But I know someone that we can trust.
Are they as trustworthy as our elven friends?
The elves gave us the food and rest and shelter we needed back in Rivendell. I will no longer hear your talk, derogatory characterization of these elves, or any other race for that matter in Middle-earth. Let us journey on. Mr. Gandalf, is this the place? Yes, I believe it is. Master Beorn, are you there?
Who are you and what do you want?
I am Gandalf the Grey.
Gandalf? Never heard of him. And who is this young fellow you brought with you?
Oh, well, this is Mr. Bilbo Baggins. He's a hobbit from the Shire. While you may not have heard of me, Master Beorn, perhaps you may have heard of one of my kinsmen, Radagast the Brown.
Not such a bad fellow as I recall. I used to see him time and time again in the forest. As I recall, the last time I saw him, he was babbling on about a darkness that has overcome Mirkwood.
Oh, yes.
Darkness. Are you in alliance with this Radagast?
Certainly, I should say so.
Then I shall consider you a friend and not a foe. Now, what is your purpose here?
Well, Master Beorn, it is quite a long and lengthy tale.
Do tell.
I will, as it is necessary to understand all the details of our quest. Mr. Baggins and I are accompanying a company of dwarves on our way to Erebor to retain their city from the Smaug the Dragon. Now, we have made it successfully this far, but we have encountered some obstacles along the way. We now find ourselves in need of some assistance as we are low on supplies and need food. And furthermore, we may use your advice as we need to traverse the terrain of Erebor.
But for what reason is a wizard, a hobbit, and a pack of dwarves roaming together through the forest? And for what reason have they come here to call upon me, the mighty Beorn, for supplies?
We had a bit of trouble with some orcs up in the mountains.
Orcs? And you dare come to me? You'll lead them straight here!
We spotted the Goblin King, and Azog is far behind us. It cannot possibly catch up to us now. I can imagine. Mr. Baggins is right. We do not plan to stay very long. But only as long as you'll have us. But certainly not to overstay our welcome. Any assistance you could possibly give us would be greatly appreciated.
Given your alliance with Radagast, and your opposition to the orcs, I think I shall grant you refuge in my home. And I will allow you to replenish what you have lost.
'Tis all right, Thorn and company.
Company. Thorn, Orc, and Shield at your service. I don't need your service, thank you. I believe you need mine. But if it is true that you are Thorin, son of Thrain, son of Thror, and your company is respectable, then perhaps I shall offer assistance as needed.
Actually, the dwarves were rather afraid that our company was quite large of a party for you to entertain.
I am in for a party. Call them in. One or two more won't make a difference. Call them, call them.
Hello, Keely. Feely. Owen. Glowin. Biffa. Bofa. Bomba. Balin. Dwalin. Ori. Dori. Nori.
So many. Oh.
You see, we have just come from a bit of an excursion. After seeking refuge from a storm in a battle of stone giants, we were ambushed by goblins. You see, and then we proceeded to go through the Misty Mountains. Far over.
What a grand tale. The best I've heard in such a long time. Now, let's have a feast. The wind was on the withered heath, but in the forest stirred no leaf. The shadows lay by night and day, and dark things silent crept beneath. The wind came down from mountains cold, and like a tide it roared and rolled. The branches groaned, the forest moaned, and leaves were laid upon the mold. It past the lonely mountains bare, and swept above the dragon's lair. They're black and dark by boulders stark, and flying smoke was in the air. It left the world and took its flight o'er the wide seas of the night. The moon set sail upon the gale, and stars were fanned to leaping light.
I believe it is time for us to rest, but not for Beorn, for I believe he is out now. Be sure that none of you stir and stray away in the night. Good night, all.
I have been wandering through the forest all night. I apologize. I simply had to make sure that your story was correct. But I even found a goblin and a warg.
Oh, yes, of course. We don't want to overstay our welcome.
It's quite all right. I will give you some of my ponies, a horse, some water, some food for a few weeks, and even some of my twice-baked cakes.
Oh, that sounds utterly delightful.
Are there any dangers we should be wary of? Such information would be greatly appreciated.
There is but one river, a stream that crosses a path in Mirkwood, a black one. You should neither bathe in it nor drink from it, for I hear it is enchanted.
I don't understand. What could it possibly...
That is all the advice I can give at the moment. And even so, I am not much help beyond the edge of the forest. That's all I can do.
Thank you once again, Beorn. We are forever in your debt. Good luck to you all.